It is July 31st, 2023, and life is good. This is the latest news update of Medellin Colombia and Colombia as a whole. Follow along.
You're watching DC-born Rob, Erasing Borders. And now, the news.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Thanks for watching. You're watching DC-born Rob, Erasing Borders. This channel is dedicated to travel, number one. Travel to another city, another state like I'm doing right now, or internationally. Also, for those who want to visit Medellin Colombia for short-term status and know what's going on before, during, and after they return, as well as for expats there who want to see the news in English, but have it translated so they don't have to do it on their own. This is just going to be a couple of quick stories, the latest breaking news from Medellin Colombia. Let's jump into it right away. Okay, my first story goes over the fact that 116 foreigners are in prison and in limbo in Medellin, Colombia. Meaning, due to the lack of documents, they are not even received in prisons. The problem is increasing. Of the 2,084 people held in the city's detention centers, 228 are foreigners. But 161 of them, it's even darker because they do not have the necessary migration documents so that they can be transferred to even get to prisons. Okay, temporary detention centers are designed to detain people for no more than 36 hours, but these 161 foreigners there have been there for weeks and will continue to be held there in the near future. These people do not have fingerprint or ID, so no one knows who they are, and they're falling through the cracks, really. Like they say, they're in limbo. Okay, my next story goes over the fact that in Comuna 13, they asked for a security block for the neighbors, meaning the neighbors themselves, the people who live there, are asking for this security block. Inhabitants are on edge due to insecurity and the death of 2 children. The security problem in Comuna 13 is so overwhelming that it continues to experience the scourge of violence on behalf of illegal groups. Some inhabitants are thinking of creating community surveillance fronts. This announcement has set off an alarm bell with conflict specialists who indicate that to exercise this without proper control would end up reviving the controversial figures of the Confibir, which were the driving force behind paramilitaries in the city. So evidently crime is up in Comuna 13, and supposedly there's been a few tours that have been robbed. So I don't know how true that is. I'm reading, this one is from El Colombiano. I hope this is not true, because a lot of you guys, almost everybody who goes there, if they do any one tour, they do the Comuna 13. So hopefully it's not true. It's in their newspaper and I'm just passing it on. More on the arrest of Nicolas Maduro, the son of President Petro. It says this is the president's son. He's the first son of an active president to be captured by the prosecutor's office. He could spend up to 30 years in prison for money laundering and illicit enrichment. A notable charge is for receiving 100 million pesos from a former drug trafficker and a man related to paramilitaries. In a statement by the president, he says, "My son Nicholas and his ex-wife have been captured by prosecutors. As a person and a father, so much self-destruction hurts me a lot. And the fact that one of my sons goes to jail," he assured the prosecutor's office that things will proceed as according to with the law. Okay, so the president is conceding that his son was arrested and he's not going to get involved. Again, I can't get into their politics. Again, we have our own issues. Okay, my next story is from Bogota. It says the Ministry of Defense and the Bogota Mayor's Office will hold an emergency council due to the increase in crime. Remember, I said it, Bogota's hot. Bogota's hot a few weeks ago. Go back and watch that news program from a couple of weeks ago. It says, facing a crime wave that has occurred in Bogota, the Ministry of Defense and the Mayor's Office of the country's capital will hold a nation district security council to seek measures to combat acts of violence. The capital has doubled its cases of violence this year compared to last year in 2022. Doubled? It's only halfway through the year, too. So they're saying all of last year equals this year. That's not good. Bogota's hot. My next story is about the USD. But first, this.
with the bold blade. And better said it with the bold blade. Hit it with the long way. One love to the southwest side.
That's right. I have to say thanks for everybody who has supported this channel. Watch the names as they roll, please, or anything that scrolls across the bottom. I appreciate the assistance from these guys right here. Thank you guys so much. Again, if videos like this get held up for whatever reason because I say the wrong words, this alleviates the pressure and allows me to continue to do this. And as you see, I'm trying to keep up with daily. Not going to hit it every day, but I'm doing the best I can to keep up with it. Okay, so this last story has to do with the dollar. It's falling again. Okay, as of this morning, when we woke up, it was 3905. 3905, okay, versus the COP. This is the lowest the dollar has been all year, this year, since the end of last year. Last year, it ended at 5,000. And now it's back down to 3905 as of this morning. So it is what it is. Obviously, our dollar is not as strong. And for the people there that you've seen in recent stories, and I touched on it a little bit about the people saying gringos go home and gentrification. That gentrification, my thoughts are, it's only from the well-to-do, from the affluent there, because I don't see Americans going up in certain comunas that they shouldn't be in. Nobody's going, I need to buy an apartment in Bejo. They're just not doing it. They're buying apartments and condos in Poblado. And of course, that may displace some of the local, but the local affluence. I mean, that's my 2 cents. Anyway, I spoke to someone about that a little bit earlier, and I wanted to bring that up. But anyway, this is the latest news from Medellin, Colombia, and Colombia as a whole. As usual, travel, but travel safe. Headed to Medellin, Colombia? See my guy Andres with Nomad Travel for safe airport pickups and drop-offs and tours. Contact information in the description below. If you're in Medellin and you need dental work done, from a basic cleaning to major reconstructive surgery, come see my guy, Dr. Carlos Maury. Contact information in the description below. Join me on social media. I am DC Born Rob Official on Instagram. I am DC Born Rob Official 1 on TikTok. I am DC Born Rob O on Twitter. Don't be like this guy right here.
You're just so stupid. I had to send you a video to let you know that you're so stupid.
That's right. Don't be like this guy right here. Join me on social media.